Welcome to Vodhalla.
But Isidroo, we don't know what he could pick. He's still got his ice on. He's still rocking the Ralph Lauren. Nothing ever changes for this guy. He stays calm, cool, and collected. He's dripping way too hard to be here.
And meanwhile
Sandstorm, he plugs in the keyboard. He's having a hard time plugging in because his glasses are off. Put on your glasses. You can't see what you're doing. He shakes his head. No, he's not. Listen.
They never learn.
He's just making it life hard for himself. Next land, he shows up with a seeing eye dog next to him. Starts barking.
Probably going to get into a button check before the actual match.
Sandstorm making sure he's as comfortable as can be. Puts the armrest on this keyboard.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my. He only the best for the world champion of 2018. And that's just what he is. He came in 2018, nothing under his belt. Ethan may have won the most improved, but it doesn't get more improved than winning worlds.
Man, who do you think Isidroo's going to play? You think he's just going to stick to Bryn?
I think Isidroo's going to definitely go in with the Bryn first game.
Yeah.
If he gets completely destroyed, we may see a Jala, maybe an Algrim. Definitely, I feel like Algrim is going to be a pick here. He always picks Algrim in twos.
Yeah.
Just because he thinks Lance is a good matchup first of all, into Boonu, but also into Scythe.
Right. I would agree that he's going to start off on Bryn probably.
But I think he's probably, if he does lose, I think he's going to go into Ragnar. I don't think he's going to play like Olgrim. I think that pick's better suited for twos. I don't know if what Isidroo does on Olgrim is really going to work against Sandstorm. But I guess we'll find out here. Isidroo and Sandstorm.
Yeah, so I think Isidroo's going to play. I think Sandstorm plays Mordex the whole thing, unless he, for some reason, he gets stomped. But Isidroo could go from Bryn. I think he's going to start with definitely, as he did with Wilson, into a variety of things.
They're doing something with the names. Oh, there's Sandstorm on the cam, typing in his name.
He's having a hard time finding the keys.
Something like that, man.
I'm telling him to put on his glasses. He just won't listen.
He keeps looking over at Isidroo thinking it's a screen, so starting to feel bad at this point.
Steven, how many fingers am I holding up? See, he's so blind he can't even hear me.
Yeah. Wow. That's so sad. I hope he gets help soon and gets better. But meanwhile, you got Isidroo. Like you said, cool, calm, collected.
Isidroo hovering Ragnar first. Ragnar is a pick that I've definitely seen Isidroo play. I know he can play.
Yeah.
I don't know. He went 3-2 with Wilson on the Ragnar. So I don't know if he thinks that guitars are the pick against Sandstorm in specific, or if he just wants that good matchup into Gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
But even Sandstorm was he played against Blood Diamond, who played guitars the entire set, and he looked pretty consistent and dominant throughout that.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what Isidroo, because these two did play, I'm pretty sure, in semifinals at BCX, and Sandstorm, I mean, that set was definitely in Sandstorm's favor. I'm curious as to what legend, though, Isidroo was playing. I have a feeling he might have rolled in with the Ragnar, maybe switched to Bryn, but either way, right now, new year, so I think this is the first time they've seen each other in brackets, so I'm curious to see how it goes. Will the Ragnar be the answer to the Mordex?
Very small map here. We could see either side dying early, and Sandstorm finds the first bit of damage, catches out the recovery, but isn't going to get more than that. Isidroo already in the orange, claps back with some guitar damage, sideline to endlight, dare into downlight, and another downlight catches Sandstorm out of the air. That move is so strong. TWK, are you hearing me? Downlight on guitars is so strong. A Sarah going to send Sandstorm off stage. Downsig not going to connect. A Downsig going to catch this time on Sandstorm's side save.
Sandstorm burnt his dodge. Ooh, a bit of a greedy gravity cancel Ensign coming out from Isidroo. Still manages to land.
Ooh, side sig not going to connect.
Perfectly spaced.
Sandstorm in kill range for any of Ragnar's 6 here, especially if he can get close to the edge there. Side sig in the wrong direction, not going to find it. Sidelight into recovery. Does not quite kill Isidroo just yet. He has no options though. And Sandstorm does not go for the ground pound.
Oh,
Ground pounds this time, but goes way too far off stage and has to recover it back up. Grounded recovery on gauntlets, kind of strong too. Gonna send Isidroo to the top of the map. Sair from Isidroo, looking for one more of those to even up the stocks. Does not find it. Sidelight Sair. Isidroo is one of the best at hitting those. He knows when you don't have your dodge, and he goes for the Sair every time. It's either true or one frame on a lot of characters he plays, and right there you saw it even up the game completely. Now, Sandstorm finding a bit of damage with these gauntlets, but Isidroo clapping right back. And another thing with Isidroo on this Axe, there aren't a lot of Axe players in NA, and I'm not going to talk about EU, but Isidroo is definitely, when it comes to it, one of the best at connecting with Sidelight and knowing what to do when he connects at the very odd angles. And he gets the Darren to the end stick and it kills, and Isidroo finds himself in a lead against the world champion of the world in Brawlhalla of the world.
Isidroo looking for some Axe dares, kind of staying above.
Sidelight,
not yet.
Recovery. Sandstorm goes for the Sair.
Does
not turn it around. I feel like that was an accident, but the down stick gonna keep the stock even anyway.
All right, got a last stock situation here. Sandstorm sticking with the scythe.
Isidroo taking this first game would be a huge momentum shift in his favor. And the Ragnar.
Isidroo needs a weapon fast.
Sandstorm just carrying him off the map with these side strings. It's Nair into Sair into Nair into Sair. Isidroo finds himself unarmed, looking for a weapon. Sandstorm just taking all of them back and forth. Isidroo has no recovery. Sair's backwards. Sandstorm goes for the ground pound, but it's not connect. Isidroo finds himself on Katara's side sig on Sandstorm, going to send Isidroo very far, but not kill just yet. Downlight Nair does not connect. Down sig sends back. Isidroo has to recover once more against Sandstorm's scythe. Ground pound not going to connect. Ground pound from Isidroo
as well
for retaliation. Downlight sidelight dodges straight, but does not follow up. The recovery, on the other hand, going to get punished by Sandstorm's on recovery.
I think what hurt Isidroo the most that set was during the last stock. I mean, he just kind of got bullied by Scythe when he was unarmed. Like, Isidroo needs to find a weapon. He needs to find it fast. He needs to really just kind of avoid Sandstorm.
Isidroo backed out of the lobby, so I think he was looking for a different character there. Not quite sure. Right here, where Sandstorm gets Isidroo with no jumps, he doesn't turn the Nair around like I think he wanted to, but he still sees Isidroo has no jumps. Isidroo goes for the weapon throw, misses completely, and Sandstorm does an excellent job of just downsticking him and pulling it back. I don't think it mattered what direction it went in, but it was the downstig that connected that was what really sealed the deal for him.
Yep, and Isidroo out of the game. I'm curious to see what he's doing in the crowd. Sandstorm, meanwhile, on his phone. But yeah,
what do you think Sandstorm's listening to this tournament?
Do I think he's gonna win?
No. What do you think he's listening to? Of course he's gonna. Of course he's gonna win, bro. He's the world champion of the world.
Right. I don't know, man. But do you think? What do you think he listens to?
The music is what determines winners. That's a fact. If you come in to the weekend listening to 2019's finest hits, you're gonna be 2019's finest player, and that's a fact. That's a guaranteed fact. Look at all the people that have won Worlds so far. Me, and I listen to good music. Boomy, and he listens to okay music. Sandstorm must listen to good music considering he won his Worlds. LDZ, he doesn't go to a LAN without his earbuds, and he's won 2 of them.
Wait, that's actually fact.
That's a fact.
Now you bring everyone else but LDZ. Yeah, now I'm on board with it.
Now you're on board. See,
you can't just bring the 2-time into him.
He is
like,
the 2-time.
Expect me not to be persuaded.
I mean, all right. So far in this year, Sandstorm has won the only LAN to have happened final round.
Yeah.
Do you think Sandstorm becomes the second 2-time? Does that make him the 2 times twice?
I think we'll find out after CEO.
You think we'll
It's
find?
too
you
early to
think
tell.
if he wins CEO, he's the 2-time, or do you think if he continues to show dominance after CEO, he's the 2-time?
I think if he continues to assert dominance after, then yeah, he's definitely going to be,
All right, another
best
question.
bet.
You know, I don't go to school really. If you win 4 times, are you the 2 times or are you the 4 times?
You're the 4-time.
You're the 4 times. I don't know about that, but we're back in the game, and we're not dealing 4s here. 3 stocks on each player.
Back at it. Side string already. Isidroo. I'm really curious to see if Isidroo's gonna stick to the guitars. Not doing too bad of a job, but I mean, Sandstorm on site, no one does better than him at it.
Ooh, Nair. Recovery goes for the downline.
Still has no dodge.
Sandstorm at a damage deficit here against Isidroo's Ragnar. It gets another Nair. It's just so hard to play on smaller maps against guitars. Is you just can't. You just don't feel comfortable dodging in. I know myself, for one, find a lot of my moves by dodging in towards the enemy.
Yeah.
And guitars just punish you so hard for that, especially with downlight, which TWK should definitely take a look at.
There we go. First stock going in favor of Isidroo. Another lead. Did have one last game as well, but Sandstorm did bring it back. Goes for gravity cancel side sig. Not even sure if that would have killed, but it would have looked fantastic at least. Oh. Wow. Waited till the exclamation points popped up. Wall slip happening. Hits a side sig. Now we have an even game.
Sandstorm just taking a bit of damage on the second stock. Just enough to match the color of my new Cream M&Ds that cost me $500.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, come on. You're just gonna ignore all the damage that Sandstorm just put on Isidroo? Not even gonna mention that huge dodge read into the recovery, sends him very far off the stage and gets the kill. GCN like gonna get punished by the Nair.
Isidroo back on hacks.
That entire interaction there just got Sandstorm such a huge lead. Isidroo is finding hits here, but so is Sandstorm. And now Isidroo's just not in a spot where he can be looking to trade.
And now at this point, we're seeing Isidroo just having a really, really hard time closing out the stock on Sandstorm. One thing I feel like Isidroo is kind of susceptible to is just throwing out SIGs left and right like we're seeing now. And
yeah.
I mean, Sandstorm just
but
expects
he
it.
Just is not in a position to be throwing out these SIGs. Sandstorm bluffs the edge guard and gets punished by Isidroo with a dare, but Isidroo is very damaged. Any of more than SIGs could take Isidroo out here. Oh, that's not what you're looking for from the first, second, third time world champion. Downstig comes out, not going to connect just yet. You see him just staring him down. I think he's picking up his glasses or something. Downstig finally going to KO. Isidroo's second stock was just ripped from him. And it puts Sandstorm in a spot where he could just run away with the game, and that he did.
Like, I mean, honestly, even that game, Isidroo still, it wasn't like a blowout or anything. I still think Isidroo can do this, but...
Definitely the difference this game was that second stock. If it weren't for that, I definitely feel like Sandstorm had a bigger chance. Sadly gonna come out, not gonna find anything out of it. Gets punished hard by the guitars and ends up in the yellow. Two downlights coming out from Isidroo to stack on even more damage. Downlight down there gonna come out from Sandstorm. Sideline not gonna connect. Gets punished by the Axe downlight. Axe downlight again gonna rack up even more damage. Sidelight Nair looking for follow-up. Gets the fast fall dare. Sandstorm found himself off stage. Isidroo does not want to commit. Downsig, on the other hand, is gonna take Sandstorm recovery.
Now here's the question: is he gonna finish the stock, or is he gonna let Sandstorm get the side
back up? Another sidelight
recovery,
reads the jump and sends Sandstorm off the top. Isidroo's name may not be set, but look at the damage. He still has room to work with on this stock. Downlight into Nair. Sidelight comes out.
Here's the thing, though. We did see this sort of lead that Isidroo had last game, but then right after Sandstorm took the first stock, 10 seconds later, he had the second stock in.
But it doesn't even look like Sandstorm's going to take the first stock, as Isidroo just sends him into the orange with his axe play. Side stick not going to connect. Isidroo is in the red here. He could possibly die anytime very soon. But Sandstorm Isidroo doing a very good job that stock of running away with the lead he earned and sending Sandstorm into the deep orange before losing his stock. Sandstorm going ahead and weapon starving him, but he just can't seem to find anything. He gets the dodge read,
and like I said,
gets the recovery, and once again, Isidroo, a fatal error costs him in his entire stock, making me look. I believed in you, Isidroo.
I hate to be right in this scenario, but again, like I said, that was a possibility of happening. Now Sandstorm, the lead basically reversed, has Isidroo in the orange, not kill percent yet. Sandstorm, one good signature might be able to do it from Ragnar. We're just seeing Sandstorm kind of bait out Isidroo.
Sandstorm trying to force Isidroo to go off stage because Sandstorm's already kind of done with the stock. He's very damaging it.
Dodge
Isidroo
burns.
has a lot to lose if Sandstorm can get a playoff stage here. Recovery not going to connect. Sandstorm's kind of waiting him out here, feeling the stage. Side air not going to connect from Isidroo. Second one will. Stocks are even, and Isidroo is on his winner's bracket stock here. But in the orange, unlike Sandstorm.
This is a scary spot for Isidroo. He
Side
does
light,
have losers,
gets
but
the read. Dare punishes him. Down sig not going to connect. Side light, down light, gets the read on the dodge down. Gets the dare, does not connect to the down light. They're going to send Isidroo off stage. Sandstorm still just feeling him out, waiting.
see again, maybe.
Ooh, gets the down light, but does not find a follow-up for it. Two nairs, down light. Another down light.
Whiffs it. No dodge, though. Isidroo trying to go in, get some damage. Goes for the...
very good side sig. Does not
great
get punished
play.
for it, but if it hit, it would have been exactly what he needed. Oh my god.
He went for it. Doesn't hit it either way. I would feel a bit embarrassed if I was Isidroo, but
Imagine
I'm not
doing
him, so.
all that with your glasses missing. I'm so proud of Steven.
Wow. He did that blind.
He did do that
That's
blind.
impressive.
But you don't really need eyes when you have the movement of Remy, do you? And
Man.
Sandstorm is just so scary off stage. I've played him twice in the lesser terms because of just how seeding is.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just never go off stage against him. It's just so terrifying playing off stage against sides. I try
Yeah.
my best just to get past him, get
Nope.
back on stage.
For sure.
He knew exactly what he was doing there. You just look at
Yeah.
the smile on his face. Look.
And here we go again.
Nair. Turns
Goes
around,
for
gets
the
the end,
loop.
like gets another nair. Looks to finish it, but does not. Isidroo ground pounds and just kind of ground pound straight into a dare.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, he was just having fun, so.